Hello, welcome to Yoga and Pilates Mat Fusion. And today we are just going to have a wonderful practice blending some yoga elements and some Pilates mat work elements together. The only props you may need is a stretchy band. This is a medium resistance stretchy band, but you can choose any kind of resistance that you would like. We're going to use this more towards the end. And technically, you really only need one block, but you see I've got two. That's for when I switch sides, then I don't have to take a block across and do that, but you can totally keep one. So that being said, the only other thing maybe is a little cushion or a folded blanket if you need new cushion, and we should be good to go. So from here, let's just prep a little bit here, sitting nice and tall, whatever that looks like for you. And as you're sitting taller, imagine that length. So could you be a little bit taller from the top of the head to the tailbone, but keeping the natural curvature of the spine? And then could you find that center line engagement? So we want to draw up and in from the pubic bone to behind the navel. If you're not sure how to get there, you can think about belly button into the spine. But another visual, if that helps, is you're lying on the bed trying to zip up a tight pair of jeans that all of us have done probably at one time or another fresh from the dryer. So kind of that is zipping up and in sensation. But you don't want this to be so tight and so engaged that you cannot breathe and move with ease. You still want to be able to breathe and move with ease. And speaking of breathing, as you inhale through the nose, can you expand that rib cage? And then exhale it out. Take a big inhale, expand. And exhale. Now, if that's the Pilates breath, yoga breath, might be a little bit more forceful out the nose, but you still have that belly engagement, that tighter engagement as you exhale. So we'll take a couple of those and then we will get moving. And inhale. Great. You can use either one of those breaths as we go along. So fingertips to the side, palms straighten up. We'll inhale and reach, 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 reach. Let's take this over to the left. I'm keeping that right hip bones grounded. I'm really reaching with that right arm. And I'm trying to stay in this expansion. And then when ready, good, we'll come up. We'll take that to the other side and reach. And then once you're ready, we'll come all the way up and reach. We'll gentle rotation towards the left, rolling the shoulders back, looking a little bit more behind you. And then we'll come up, moving through center, taking it to the other side, rolling the shoulders back, looking a little bit more behind you. And when you're ready, we'll come up and come back to center. You can get any little movement here that would feel good. Maybe that's some wrist rolls, some shoulder rolls. That feels good to me. Maybe some neck stretches or rolls, some spinal rolls. Just get out a little bit more kinks. And then when you're ready, we are going to come to all fours for some cat cows. So I need a little bit of knee cushion today. My knees are a little bit cranky, so I'm going to use my blanket. And then I'm going to come and spread the fingers wide, rooting through the knuckles of the pinky, pointer, and thumb. This can also be done on the forearms here, if you would like. Knees can be about hip width apart, okay? And then from here, I'm pitching away, so I'm protracted. Big inhale. Take that cow pose. Exhale and round. So I'm tucking the tail here. I'm looking towards the thigh. Inhale on the cow. I'm coming into that extension. Pelvis tilts back. Exhale round. Inhale cow. And exhale round. Good. Now from here, you can come back for a moment and decompress. And you can do this at any point that you need to do. You can kind of what I call cupcaking the fingertips. So I'm not weight bearing here, I'm just decompressing. But when I am ready to weight bear, then hands will come down and I'll come back. So let's take this into some opposite arm, opposite leg. I'll start by taking the left leg back, pressing through that heel, dropping that left hip slightly just so that the pelvis is more even. Good. Elbows have a little bit of a yield here so they're not locked. And then pushing with that back foot, I'll come forward. Good. And lift. If you're stable here, maybe right arm comes forward. Belly button is in. We're holding and we're breathing. Good. And then we'll take that down. You can decompress if needed. Otherwise, we'll go right into the other side. Right leg comes back, pressing through that right heel, dropping that right hip slightly. A little bit of a yield in the elbows. And when ready, pushing with that foot. You always want to push with the foot, not pull with the shoulders. And then from here, when you're ready, take the lift where you need it. The left arm can come forward. Good. Pressing out of the shoulder. Belly button is in. Good. And then we'll take that down. Good. And wiggle, 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 and decompress. We're going to go through opposite arm and opposite leg a little bit quicker. And this is going to be called marching. Marching. So, but always go at your pace. So left leg comes back. Right arm is forward. And then I'll take that down. Right leg, left arm. And down. Left leg, right arm. And down. Good. And just take that opposite march. Good. And if you can, notice the body. Notice what fires up in both the front side and the back side when you take this balance. Because the core muscles, while often used interchangeably with abdominals, and I'm guilty of this too, your true core muscles are all the muscles from your armpits to your hips in both the front and the back side of the body. So all of those muscles are firing up here. Good. And we'll take that down. Let's find a child pose. Reaching long. Knees can be together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. If you've got shoulders that don't like your arms to come forward here, you can take the hands back towards the ankles and just let the shoulders relax here. So find what works for your body. Breathe and expand that rib cage. Keeping that center line engaged. And then once you're ready, hands can come underneath the shoulders. We'll press up. And we will prepare for downward facing dog. So if you're a taller person, take a half a hand width or full hands width forward. Shorter people like myself can stay right here. I'm going to tuck the toes. As I shift back, I'm going to press in and forward into my mat, rooting through the knuckles of the pinky, pointer, and thumb. And as I take that pressure, then my knees and hips are going to come towards the ceiling. Now from here, good. I'm pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounds. Knees can be bent or they can be a little bit longer. As I press in and forward into my hands still, my shoulders are away from the ears. So we don't want to practice like this. We want to practice like this. And elbows are turning towards the middle finger. Stronger shoulder girdle here. And then once you're ready, good. I'm just going to lift and lower. Good. I'm just going to walk the dog here, continuing to work out just a few little kinks. And then from here, once ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, pushing with the feet. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Now, if you've got your block, you can always bring that in here if you can't touch the floor very well. It's an option. Pressing through the feet and the legs. Lift and lengthen halfway. Hands to block the floor, the shins, or the thighs. Exhale, we'll bend and we'll bow. Good. From here, pressing through the feet and the legs. We'll rise all the way up. Legs always take the load, not the back. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Find that breath for a moment. Good. Let's take this into a couple. Sun salute ace. Big inhale and we reach. Exhale, we'll bend the knees and we'll bow. Pressing through the feet and the legs. Lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bend and we'll bow. Planting the hands. Good. You can step or hop back to plank. And then you choose to take or skip a float. The knees can certainly be grounded here. Halfway down is all you need. You're pushing with the feet If you're taking up dog, good. You will push with the shoulders to take you back to down dog. From the down dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Pressing through the feet and the legs, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bend and we'll bow. Pressing through the feet and the legs, we'll rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain, and intention. And we'll go again. Big inhale and we'll reach. Exhale, we'll bend and we'll bow. Pressing through the feet and the legs, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bend and we'll bow. Planting the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Elbows come straight back. Good. Finding that beautiful downward facing dog. And then once you're in the down dog, we'll drop the knees. We'll find a child's pose once more. Hopefully it's a little bit more juicier to you now than that first one we did. And then once you're ready, good. Hands will come underneath the shoulders. We're going to come onto our back. So we're going to take this into some pelvic rocking. So we're going into just a little bit more Pilates now. Good. I'm just going to leave that flip right there. Good. So zip up nice and tight. Rolling the shoulders back here. Good. And so we're going to just rock the pelvis forward and back. And there might be a little bit of pressure in the feet, but you don't want it to all be in the feet. You want this to be like from that center line. So your core muscles are doing the bulk of this work. So just so that you know, when you rock the pelvis back like this, that's your posterior tilt. When you rock it forward like that, maybe creating an arch in some people, that's your anterior tilt. Good. And then from here, I'll come back to my neutral spine. I'm going to take my arms up. I'm zipping up to that center line. Big inhale. Exhale, nod the chin. Good. Lifting up, reaching arms long and low. This is a chest lift. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, and take it back down. Inhale. Exhale, nod the chin. Reach, reach, reach. Arms up and lower down. Let's add on. Inhale. Exhale. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Take that right leg long. We're still up in the C curve if you can. And we're going to lift and lower and lift and lower and lift and lower. One more time. And lift and lower. We'll bend that knee, foot back on the floor, lift the arm, and lower back down. Got to do that again on the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Nod the chin. Lift up. Reach long. Left leg long. And here we go. And lift and lower and lift and lower and lift and lower and lift and lower. Bending that knee, foot back on the floor, lifting up and lowering down. If you need a little quick break, take the knees into the chest. And we're going to go into 3 exercises from the series of 5. We'll do single leg stretch, a double leg stretch, and the crisscross. So single leg stretch, and this one can totally be done out of the C curve as well. Knees and tabletop. I'm going to lift up into that C curve. Good. Right knee comes in, left leg goes long, hips stay even, and we switch. And switch, 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 and switch. Knees in. You could come down for a break if you need to. Good. Double leg stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. I will come down on this one. Good. So go in a crisscross here. The legs are going to do the same thing that they did in single leg stretch. Both hips stay grounded. Remember, the rotation comes from the torso, not from the hips rocking. Hands behind the head here. Elbows are going to come out to the side. Lead with the shoulder, lead with the shoulder, which is like this. This is the elbow. We're not doing this. Lead with the shoulder. The reason for that is because it gets more into your oblique, your waistline, something that everybody wants to work on there. So when you do the exercise properly, then they're a lot more effective. So elbows are out wide. Good. I'm going to zip up. I'm going to come up to my right and left. Right and left. And 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 bring that down. Knees come in. Woo. Okay. Let's take this into rolling like a ball. So I'm going to come up here. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Coming all the way up. Good. Cross those legs. Come up. Find your downward facing dog. Get there in the way that you need to get there. From your downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Good. Pressing through the feet. Lift and lengthen halfway. Bending the knees. Pressing through the feet and the legs will rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Let's take this into a flow. We're going to take this into warrior 2 triangle and a half moon balance challenge. So this is where you're going to want your block, and you're going to want your block on the left side, So from here, big inhale and reach. Exhale, we'll bend, then we'll bow. Pressing through the feet and the legs. Lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bend and we'll bow. Planting the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. We're going to do a modified one here. Good. Finding your beautiful downward facing dog. Come back into that good down dog form. Just so elbows turn forward, shoulders away from the ears. Left leg's going to lift 3 points. Bending that knee, pushing with that right foot. Come forward, step or pick up and put that left foot forward between the hands. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. You can warrior prep that back leg. We'll turn out about 45-ish degrees. Get into the heels as you rise. Set up for success. Front hip will come back just a little bit here. Good. Chest can open. Find that warrior 2. Keep that front body zipped up nice and tight. Front knee tracks towards the pinky toe. Find your breath. Good. From here with a bent front knee or a lengthened front leg, we'll come back into exalted. Really reaching up. Good. Inhale, exhale, finding warrior 2. Make it your best one on this side. And then we'll lengthen. So we're going to take this as a triangle. I'm going to take my back leg in just a little bit. I need a little bit of a different alignment for my triangle. Good. And then from here, then I'm going to take the front hip back just a little bit, pressing through that back leg. I'm going to lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Good. So I'm going to nice long back. And then you can take the block. So I'm going to strongly recommend that you use a block on the outside of the left foot. Good. And then from here, from the torso, not from the hips or the shoulder, we'll open towards the right. Now, if you want to open a little bit more, do that from the torso so the arm stays where it is. Breathing. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to look down at that front foot. My right hand's going to come to my hip. Good. I'm going to come up just a little bit. I've got my block in my left hand. I'm going to take that block forward and a little bit to the left. I'm going to bend this knee. Maybe a few taps will get you there. Taking the block forward into the left of the left foot will give you more stability. Good. And then you can open up that hip. I'm pressing through that leg. And then maybe looking to the side. And then once I'm stable there, maybe I release the arm. Good. Breathing. 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 Yes, we're still here. And then from here, good. I'm going to take my hand back to the hip, looking back down, reaching down, reaching that right leg back. Good. Planting the hands, front foot steps back, and you choose take or skip a flow. Now I'm just going to turn around here. So once you find yourself in your down dog, good. Go ahead and take your block to your right side, and we're going to repeat all of that on the right side. So from here, now right leg's going to lift 3 points, bending that right knee, pushing with that left foot to come forward, step or pick up and put that right foot forward between the hands. Good. We'll warrior press that back leg, pressing into the heels. We'll rise. Good. Check yourself here. Front hip's going to come back a little bit. Good. And then we'll open up into warrior two. And you might notice that your alignment is different on one side from the other. So I'm wider on this side for my warrior two than the other side. That's what my hips need. So always give yourself the alignment that your body needs in the moment. Breathing. And when you're ready, good. Getting into that front heel. You can keep that knee bent or you can lengthen it, coming back into exalted warrior. I almost said exhausted warrior. Maybe it is an exhausted warrior too. Who knows? Reaching. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Find the warrior two. Make it your best one on this side. And when you're ready, good. I'm going to lengthen the front leg. So I'm going to take this leg back in. I still need a different alignment for my triangle here. I'm going to make sure that my block is on the right side, outside of that right foot. Good. My front hip will come back. Back hip comes forward. Good. Strong into the feet. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Once you find that length, good. You can take the hand to the block. Good. From the torso, open up. Reaching. Breathing. Breathing. A lot of people throw their arm back behind them. So you really want the hand to be right over the shoulder. Focus on twisting from the torso and opening through the chest. Good. Now from here, I'm going to take that hand to the hip. I'm going to look down at that front foot. I'm going to put a bend in that front knee. My right hand has my block. I'm going to reach that forward and to the right of my right foot. Maybe a few toe taps to get up there. Good. And then I will find my half moon, pressing through that right leg. Good. Opening the hip to the left. And then once I'm stable, maybe I look to the left. And then maybe I release. Good. Breathing. Woo, this is my harder side. Good. Breathing. Find the gazing point that's not moving. And then once ready, good. Hand can come back to the hip. Good. We'll look down. We'll carefully come out of there. Reach that left leg back. Plant the hand. Take or skip a flow. Good. And then once you have had your last down dog here, from that down dog, we'll inhale, look forward, bend the knees, pressing through the feet. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bend and we'll bow. Pressing through the feet and the legs. We'll rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, finding mountain, finding intention. All right. So from here, we're going to take this into a tree balance. So you can totally be at a wall or a piece of furniture if you need that. But from here, again, I'm going to start on my left side, left hip, knee, and toe track forward. I'm zipped up nice and tight here. Good. You can start simple. Maybe just taking a little kickstand so my right hip and everything's turning out. Good. If that's okay, maybe take the foot to the shin. If that's okay, you can try the foot to the thigh, and it's okay to hold it here. So I've got slippery pants, so I'm gonna hold mine here. If you don't have slippery pants and you can press that heel into the thigh, then you can stay here. You don't wanna push the foot into the knee joint. I see that all of the time. Your knee won't like it. The other arm, both arms can be anywhere you want, zipping up nice and tight. And then when ready, good. We'll carefully come out of there. Then shake out that left leg. We'll take that into the right side. So right hip, knee, and toe, we're gonna track forward, zipping up. Good. Start where you need to start. Balance and hips are different on each side, so be mindful. Good, and then you can go to the calf. You can take it to the thigh. Good, so again, I'm just gonna hold mine here. Good, and then you can take that arm up wherever you wanna take it. Good, I'm trying to grow taller here. Good, reaching, reaching, reaching. And then when you're ready, good, you can take that down and release. All right. So our last little flow here that we're going to do is Pilates push-ups. Pilates push-ups. So this is a standing roll down, walking out into a plank, taking a push-up, and then coming back up to standing. There's 3 ways that you can do this one. If you're more of a beginner, never done this before, have a back issue. Good. Hip width apart with the feet and the legs. It's going to be more optimal for you. More experience, less problems. You can step the feet and the legs together. Max experience, maybe take a Pilates V stance here. So the heels are connected and hip, knees, and toes are turned out. We've got about a fist width apart between the big toes. So from here, I'm going to take my arms up. I'm zipping up nice and tall. Arms are going to stay by the ears. I'm going to pretend I'm diving over a beach ball. It's better to bend the knees than to hinge the hips back. And as you come down, good. We'll walk that out. Find your place. Knees can be lifted or grounded. Turn those elbows forward. Find the length. Halfway push. Come back up. Legs can be long or bent as you walk back. Hips will stop over the ankles. Arms back by the ears. Pressing them through the legs. We'll come all the way up. And maybe just a little bit of a back bend here. Let's go again. Big inhale. Exhale. Dive over that beach ball. Good. Walk that out to your plank. Knees lifted or grounded. Elbows turning forward. Good. Little push up. Walk it back. Good. Find it where you can find it coming up and coming open. Good. We're going to come down now for an adductor stretch. And I am just going to, actually, you know what? Let's do that a little bit differently. Let's just do a standard roll down. So standing nice and tall, we're going to peel ourselves off an imaginary wall, bone by bone, nodding the chin. We're zipped up. Good. Scooping, scooping, scooping. Arms are just going to dangle, kind of like a rag doll. Good. We'll take that down. Good. I'll start to walk that out and bring the knees down. Let's take a nice adductor stretch here, adductor stretch. So I'm going to take my legs out wide. Good. Careful that they're not too wide here. Hips, knees, and toes are going to track towards the ceiling. Big inhale, exhale, long back as you come forward. And you can stay here if this feels okay for you, or you can take the arms down. Some people turn inward as they fold forward. Make sure that's not you. And you're welcome to stay. Or you can gently come a little bit more forward. Inhale. You might even be able to come a little bit deeper the longer you're here. If not, no worries. Good. And then when you're ready, you gently walk the hands back up. Good. We're going to take this into fall series now. So going back into some Pilates work. So I'm going to take my heels about mat width apart. And you can totally sit up on a folded blanket if you need. So going back to the principle that we just did when we were standing and we were rolling down bone by bone, same thing here. We're going to peel off an imaginary wall that we're sitting up against. So this is spine stretch forward. Arms forward, relaxing the shoulders. Good. I'm peeling. Good. Now I'm scooping. Good. Knees can come slightly bent if needed. Good. And we'll reach, reach, reach. And then once you're ready, inhale, exhale. Stacking bone by bone. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Arms out to the side. We're going to take that side bend towards the left. Keep both hips grounded. Shoulders and hips in alignment as best as you can. Really reach, reach, reach. And then center. And to the right. Reach, reach, reach. And center. Left. Reach, reach, reach. Center and right. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Going into rotations, imagine your arms are like one big rod. So when we do this twist, your back arm doesn't do something silly like this. So you want it to move all as a single unit. So relaxing the shoulders, going to the left, both hip bones stay grounded, and we'll go left and center, right, center, left, center, right, center. Here's full saw. Rotate left, reach and round, stack, center, rotate, reach and round, stack, center, rotate, reach and round, stack to center, and rotate, reach and round, and stack to center. Great job. We're going to come onto our backs now. So make sure that your band is nice and handy. And I am going to take out the slip here. Good. So from here, kind of wiggle, wiggle, wiggle around side to side. If the knees need to come in through the chest, take care of yourself. Give your body what it needs. And we're going to take this into some bridging. And we're going to add the band here in a moment. So I'm just going to let that band come right across the lap, rolling the shoulders back. Good. Pressing into the feet, shoulders, and arms. We're going to come up, lift up through that chest, and then lower that down bone by bone. Good. Now let's lift now bone by bone, pressing into the feet, arms, and shoulders, rocking that pelvis back, peeling that bone by bone. Reach, 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 lift, lift, lift. And taking that back down bone by bone. Now, thread that band between the pointer and the thumb. Good. You're gonna make it a little bit wider than body width apart here. Maybe just a little tug, and we'll reach. From here, pressing into the feet as you roll up. Arms are gonna lift up. Maybe they come all the way back there. Maybe they don't. I've got a block in the way. Good. And from here, taking it up and rolling that back down. And we'll go again. And we'll press and lift and reach. And rolling that back down. And one more time, press to the feet, lift and reach. And taking that back down. Good. All right, let's stretch out. Let's take the right foot into your band. Make sure that band is nice and flat around that foot. If it's bunched up, then it runs the risk of snapping, rolling, hitting you in the face, that sort of thing. So from here, good. I'm just going to pull this down a little bit and then pull this up. Now, if you need more, you can certainly choke up. Remember, you're on a stretchy band here. So getting the hamstring stretch, my knee is slightly bent. I'm tugging in towards the face. My upper body is grounded. Breathing. Then your other leg can be bent or long, whatever feels best to your back. And then when it's ready, good. We'll come back up here. Good. I'm going to release my grip just a little bit. Good. Zipping up nice and tight. Good. I'm going to let that leg do a nice little circle. So you want to control this with your core muscles. So you want both hips to stay on the floor here. And the larger the circle, the harder it is. Let's reverse directions. And this is a sneaky core exercise, even though it does feel good on the hip. And then from here, once ready, now I'm going to choke up on the stand. Good. Both hips stay grounded. I'm going to let this leg go out towards the right. Good. Breathing here. And maybe really reaching through the left side. Maybe even taking that left arm behind. And coming back to center, just switching out the hand. Good. Arcing that leg over. Maybe wiggling forward and back, finding your best spot. Getting that outer hip, outer thigh stretch here. And then when you're ready, good, we'll come back up. Good. We can do a mid-air switcheroo here. Again, just be mindful of the band. You want it to be nice and flat. Good. And then from here, good. I'm just going to kind of pull this down, get that nice hamstring stretch. Good. A little micro bend in the knee. The other leg can be bent or long. Just depends on how you feel in the back. So once you're ready, good. From here, I'm going to kind of change up the script a little bit here. Good. And find those circles so we're nice and tight to that center line. Both hips are going to stay on the floor. Go to the size that's appropriate where you are in control. Remember, you want to be in control of the leg. You don't want the leg to be in control of you. Okay. And we will reverse that now. And then from here, both pieces of the band into the left hand, both hips stay grounded. Take that left leg out to the left, wiggle around, find your best stretch. Maybe really reaching through the right side. And then coming back up. Good. Hand on the band. We'll take that over, arc it over, maybe forward and back, plank your back. And when ready, we'll come back up. Good. Remove that foot from the strap. Good. You can put the band aside. Good. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here. And we're going to take this into a figure 4 series and really calm down before we go into final Shavasana or relaxation. So I'm going to cross the right ankle over that left knee. Good. And this may or may not be your figure 4 today, but you're welcome to stay here. You can come in closer. You can thread it through. Find yours. Toes point towards their knees. So I've got my right toes pointing towards the right knee and the left toe pointing towards the left knee. Upper body's grounded. And then when it's ready, good, I'm just gently release. I'm keeping that right ankle on that knee. Good. I'm going to take my arms out to the sides. We'll take this into a figure 4 twist. So I'm going to let that whole unit just go over to the left, keeping the right shoulder grounded as best as I can as I look to the right. Breathe and expand. Head comes back to center. Good. Zipping up nice and tight. We'll come back in. Good. And we will release. Taking that to the other side. Good. Left ankle on the right knee. You can stay here. You can bring it into the chest. You can clasp behind. Find yours. It's okay to rock it. Point the toes towards their knees. And once you're ready, we'll gently release. And arms out to the side as a whole unit. We're going to go over to the right. Keeping left shoulder down, looking to the left, breathing and expanding. It's one of my favorite twists, the figure 4 twist. Good. Head will come back to center. Good. Zipping up. We'll take everything else back to center. Good. We'll undo. Bring the knees in and rock side to side. Good. We're going to take a short Shavasana here. If you wish for a longer one, feel free to hit pause. Otherwise, you can let everything come long and flop open. You can put a bend in the knee. Good. I'm going to grab my blanket here that I used, and I'm going to use that as a neck pillow. You can bring in pretty much any prop that you would like to use that would make you feel good and relax a little bit better. So from here, roll my shoulders back. I'm trying to make myself about 10% more comfortable. And then I will leave you here for a few short moments, sinking in and returning to the breath. And taking some deep breaths here. Deeper breath. Invite movement. The fingers, the toes, maybe the head and the neck side to side. Choosing stillness or bringing knees into the chest. Choosing to take the knees here to the chest or maybe reaching long like a full body stretch. Be moving any props that way. So that feels great. And then from here, bending in both knees, and you choose rolling over to your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment, taking all the time that you need, but when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Noticing how you feel, hopefully better than when you started. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up, reaching up, touching the palms together. Good. And as we bring the hands down, good. We'll touch the thumbs to the forehead for good and true thought, to the lips for good and kind words, and to the heart for open and loving heart. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted, no gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. Have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, week, month, season ahead. Thank you so much for joining me for Yoga and Pilates Mat Fusion. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.